John Dinkins and the Primetime Sports team are standing by to take you to the game.
And the Middle Tennessee Christian School Cougars are state champions here in 2023.
He's got it. And Eagleville has won a state championship in baseball. And they did it really convincingly.
The Oakland Patriots have won back-to-back-to-back state titles. Their 7th state championship.
Now, let's get to tonight's prep game on News Radio WGNS.
Evening from Stewarts Creek High School. Tonight is district tournament action. I guess tournament is the word, even if it's softball. Between Wilson Central Wildcats and the Stewarts Creek Lady Redhawks. I'm John Dinkins along with Brian Baird here on WGNS State Farm Prep Sports. And we're ready for the Primetime Sports Countdown to First Pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. We're going to go right into it, Brian. We may not even take a break. I don't know. But we've got a good matchup. We saw Wilson Central beat Oakland the other night.
Yeah.
Nothing for them. Stewarts Creek has to be ready because they've got some pretty good pitchers and some pesky hitters, I might say.
Well, you get into a tournament, the regular season just gives you the seeding for the tournament, and then it's just it can get really interesting. And, you're not given anything in this game. Just last week we were here, John, to do the matchup between Stewarts Creek and Smyrna, and that was going to determine the district champion in the regular season. It happened to be Stewarts Creek winning. And since then, the game we had just before this, and because of some reasons for us both personally, couldn't get here in time to do the double dip today. But Smyrna fell to Cookeville 4-2, and after losing to this Wilson Central team on Monday, that put Smyrna in the losers bracket in a must-win game, and their season comes to an end here in the district tournament, and they were a favorite maybe to get to spring fling. So that shows you the competitiveness here. I'm sure you're going to get everybody's best effort in this game, because if you win this game, you're in the championship tomorrow. If you don't, you have to go down to play Cookeville and likely be the favorite to play in the championship game, although you would have to beat whoever beat you today twice, if that makes sense. So let's say Stewarts Creek wins today and puts Wilson Central in the losers bracket. They would likely be a favorite over Cookeville, and if they played again, they would have to beat Stewarts Creek tomorrow and then on Friday to win the district title. So there's a lot on the line in this one.
Well, we're going to go ahead and start with the starting lineups, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. Then we'll do a little bit of the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup here. I'm kind of waiting about time and see what they're doing. We're in between games, so it's a little hard to decipher. For Wilson Central, Mallory Lee will lead it off and play first base. Addie Perry at left field will bat second. Sophie Lanham will be the catcher, and she'll hit third. Ava Perry at shortstop. She's a good player, too, batting cleanup. Jordan Atkins will be at third base, batting fifth. Riley Whiteman in right field will hit sixth. Julia Barnes, the designated player tonight, and she will hit seventh. Kylie Davis at second base will bat eighth. Reese Serban, who we saw against Oakland and made some unbelievable catches out in center field, she'll bat ninth. And Harley Ward is the designated or the flex player. She will do the pitching tonight for Wilson Central. For Stewarts Creek, Chloe Quiggle will lead it off and play shortstop. Jacqueline Stembridge will play center field, bat second. Samaya Sandifer will be at third base and bat third. We think she's going to play third. Now, she might pitch, but I think she's at third. Jaden Brawley will be the pitcher, bat cleanup. Lexi Pope will be in left field, batting fifth. Addison Brawley will be in right field, hitting sixth. Elena Wilson will be at first base, batting seventh. And Riley, I can't read my writing. Riley Willis. Willis will do the catching and bat eighth. And Lily Fox will be at second base and bat ninth. So they'll have Quiggle, Stembridge, Sandifer, Brawley, Pope, and Brawley, Wilson, Willis, and Fox. And those are your starting lineups. Brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. Now it's time for the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. We'll do it quickly. Brian's going to keep you up to date on what's going on here.
Well, I did just give you the information about Smyrna. They, the three teams that are left are Stewarts Creek, Wilson Central, and Cookeville here in the District 7 4A tournament. Not really sure. I got some conflicting information about whether they're going to play tonight over at Riverdale in the District 8 4A tournament. We were told that everything was nixed, and then so I don't really know what to tell you about that. Also, I can tell you a little bit about what's going on in terms of region baseball. We're already ready for that, and Stewarts Creek on Friday will host the both District 8 and District 7. It'll be Wilson Central taking on Blackman here at Stewarts Creek at 4 o'clock on Friday. If you win, you're in the championship game. Then Siegel will battle Stewarts Creek. The winner of that game plays on Saturday at 12 noon. If you lose that game, let me just say this. If you win both Friday and Saturday, you move on to the sectional and will be the champion. Then you have a loser's bracket team that will come through and will play at 3 and then at 6 p.m., and that will determine who the region runner-up will be. And then sectionals will start, and it's a 3-game similar series, and that's the middle of next week. Then that'll be the setting of the stage for Spring Fling. So that's a little baseball and softball for you.
And that's the Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. At Rick's Barbecue, quality comes first, serving up fresh, never frozen meats, slow smoked the old-fashioned way over real hickory wood. Whether it's pork, chicken, beef, whatever you like, you'll taste the difference in every bite. Don't forget to try our fan favorites like wings, slaw dogs, and loaded baked potatoes. From the pit to your plate, Rick's Barbecue is ready to serve up a meal you won't forget. Stop by today on Warrior Drive just off South Church Street and taste the tradition. Now, let me tell you, the umpires are meeting with Coach Fernandez, but we're going to have this game. But it is raining. It is not – it's a mist kind of. It's a little drizzle, I guess you'd call it. And the clouds look horrible, but nothing dark, nothing real dark. So I think they'll play through this. The infield's in good shape, in spite of Todd Harris. The infield is in good shape, and I think they'll be able to withstand whatever rain comes. If it stays at this rate, Brian, I don't think we're going to have much of a problem.
I did take a look just a minute ago at the radar. It does show. I mean, it's hard to even pick up this. The rain is so light here; it's hard to even have the radar pick up on this. But it does show, maybe a little heavier shower that could move through here within the next hour or so. But I do think that they're going to continue to play through. You may have to play through on and off showers here, but I don't think it's going to be anything that would necessarily keep us from playing. But it is going to make, as the game goes along, I guess the field could get a little more sticky, but right now it looks pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty dry. In fact, I think you mentioned that what Todd Harris told you, that it had been pretty dry, so it can take a lot, really. But at the rate this is coming down right now, I don't see an issue at all, really.
No.
I just think it's just going to be a little aggravating, but I don't think it's going to bar the players at all. They are about ready, I think, to do the starting lineups here. And I don't know if they'll have a national anthem or not, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
Game.
Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back. We'll have the start of this game tonight between Wilson Central and Stewarts Creek here on State Farm Prep Softball.
Number 12, Jordan Atkins.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza.
You in a hurry for dinner? Well, we've made it even easier to order online at sirpizzatn.com. Tap the location nearest you and begin your carryout or delivery order at sirpizzatn.com. You can choose from our full menu, and we'll take care of the rest. A Queen's Feast is calling my name. Order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233. 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Is your car running like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend to other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
The auction is a means of drawing people together for a quick, easy sale.
I've always been a big fan of auctions. You know, you get instant sale, no contingencies and everything. I've known the guys over there my entire life.
Visit our website at parksauction.com to learn more.
Hi there, 12 and a half now.
Call Parks Auction at 896-4600. Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
30, sold it to you.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS and Big GTV is brought to you in part by Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. And also JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, Little Caesars Pizza, Rayburn Insurance Agent Rick Hall, and Lance Cass's Feed Supply. We're back here, and the warm-up toss is being given out there by Brawley. And Stewarts Creek will be the home team in this one. And here to take you with the play-by-play story is Brian Barrett.
All right, John, it is not going to be a problem with the sun field today.
No.
It is overcast. The lights are already on, and we're about ready to go here in the second game. 2 more games of this tournament left. And then next week, region semifinals is Monday. Region finals is Wednesday. And sectionals will be next Friday. And they've got this game and then 2 tomorrow at 5 and 7 o'clock. And the IF game would be on Friday at 6 o'clock. So that could make for an interesting day with the 2 baseball teams here on Friday and a softball IF game. But we'll see. Ready to go here as Mallory Lee steps in here for the Lady Wildcats of Wilson Central, clad in their blue uniforms. And in there for a strike on the first pitch. And we started at 7:10, which that other game got very interesting late. In fact, Smyrna was down 4-0 in the 7th, going to the bottom of the 7th, and they came back and got 2 runs, but were not able to pull out the win against Cookeville. Pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mallory Lee. You just never know when you get into tournaments. Last year was probably, John, the worst year we've had with rain delays in spring fling.
Oh, they all run together, man. I can't remember. But, yeah, you're probably right.
1-1 sails upstairs. Well, you remember we spent hours, countless hours in the press box at Sportscom just waiting for the rain to end because Stewarts Creek had to play, and if they won that ball game, they got to the championship game, and it was so late. And then they had to be up the next morning. They had the first game the next day over at MTSU. 2-1. Hot shot over to Fox. She's up with it, though. And Wilson with the grab there. For out number 1, that's a ground out to second base to retire Mallory.
The only bad thing about, well, and I got to tip your cap to the Parks and Recreation at Murfreesboro of getting those fields ready because they do not have tarps out there at Sportscom. So, I mean, it's incredible what they do and how they get that done. But it can be exasperating at times waiting for the games.
Yes. And but that whole afternoon was nixed. It was crazy. First pitch is low to Addie Perry, the left fielder for Wilson Central. I forgot to continue on with their uniform. Royal blue uniforms, white numbers, white pants. And Stewarts Creek in the black tops, red numbers and letters, Creek across the front, red pants. High stockings, and the pitch outside for a ball, 2-0.
See, Lebanon has some red in theirs, don't they? Blue, white, and red. Is that? Or they're very similar to
Lebanon
Central.
is
or black, maybe.
I thought they were just royal blue, and
well, that's what they are, basically.
It is true. I didn't think about that. Strike on the outer corner there from Brawley. I think Wilson Central has some gold in theirs, though. See I know they do, actually.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
So maybe they have that third color.
That's right, they do.
That's kind of strange, though.
We don't see them much.
No. 2-1, popped into the air. Stembridge roaming out there in center field, making the grab for out number 2.
Number 18, Sophie Lanham.
So Sophie Lanham strides to the plate. She is the Wilson Central catcher. She gets ready to step in. Right-handed batter.
She and Lee kind of switch from first to catcher. Keep the legs fresh, I would imagine.
Here's the first pitch to her, right back up the middle, and it's going to be through for a base hit. Went right past Sophie. I'm sorry, went right past Brawley, and Sophie with the 2-out hit.
You're going to see that a lot, the ball being exchanged due to the weather. Get a new grip on the ball.
And we've got 7 running there, John, for Wilson Central.
Number 4, Ava Perry.
And Ava Perry, your batter. So they're running for the catcher, Lanham, over there at first base.
That's Martin. Emily Martin.
So Emily Martin at first, and this pitch going to be fouled up into the screen. A little different vantage point for us here today, which is great. We were right behind home plate, and I think we were talking about this on the air the other night. We're kind of right where the end of the box goes down the left field line. It's really a good side view here. Pitch, another foul off here by Ava Perry.
Better be ready if you're in the on-deck circle, because it is very close.
Hey, be smart right here.
Runner at first is Emily Martin, running for Lanham, and they are definitely exchanging the softballs here.
You didn't get my lamp tonight. You didn't bring my lamp out.
Well, I thought maybe we'd have enough light under here, but I can get it for you.
No, it's okay.
It's a 0-2 count to Perry as Brawley toes the line, toes the rubber, that is, and it's going to be hit up the middle. A little fly ball popped out there, and it's going to be enough to get runners at the corners for Wilson Central. So a little 2-out magic here to start this game. Back-to-back hits for the Lady Wildcats. They had double-digit hits in that game we did last week with Oakland. I think 7 runs on 11 or 12 hits, something like that. The umpire actually goes to the dugout to get new softballs.
What I've noticed about Wilson Central, they just keep coming at you. They don't care what inning it is, and they scored late on Oakland, had a big hit. So although they're 2 out, you never can take them. So you got the first 2 outs easily, and then 2 singles.
Jordan Adkins is the batter here. Takes a ball, strike on the inside corner. Got to figure out the umpire. Just don't get too quick, Brian. Having to give myself a pep talk.
I've noticed.
So runners at first and third here now for Wilson Central. Top of the first inning. Fouled at the plate. It's going to hit up against the backstop, but
You got to be smart.
Willis going to get there.
Get off the plate.
Nobody really making a move. And yet another softball. So the umpire goes to the Wilson Central dugout for one here. We need a ball boy or a ball girl now, don't we? We're going to keep it exchanging. No balls, 2 strikes, the count here to Adkins, the third baseman for Wilson Central, as runners go, and it's low for a ball. 1-2, and defensive indifference. Perry down to second.
I think the rain has lit up a little bit since we started.
I don't see any umbrellas out anymore. That's usually a good sign. So runners now for Wilson Central at second and third. A 1-2 pitch. Shot and booted by Fox. She's up with it, though. Makes a great recovery. Flips it to Wilson for the out. That would have cost a run had she not been able to gather herself there. And that's going to end the top of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Let's move along to the bottom of the first inning, and it's the top of the order. Quiggle, Stembridge, Sandiford due up for Stewarts Creek when we come back. State Farm Prep Sports.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
Whether you have a quarter acre or several, Las Casas Feed Supply has premium feeds and dog foods you can't find in box stores.
Nutrition is our specialty here at Las Casas Feed.
Plus, every Saturday morning they have a local producer-only farmers market with fresh vegetables, beef, pork, and more.
Customer service and expertise that exceeds your expectations.
Family owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East in Las Casas.
So what if your roommate decides to microwave a metal mixing bowl and sets your apartment on fire? I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wommel. Auto, renters, frankly, any kind of insurance. I've got your back. Call me at 615-890-0850.
Renters. When you combine State Farm, auto, and renters insurance, you will save money. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love to talk to you about combining your auto and renters insurance to help you save. Call me 615-895-2700.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game tonight is brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, located at 803 North Thompson Lane, near Medical Center Parkway. State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, 615-895-2700. Old Celeste, I shouldn't say old Celeste, that's kind of bad. She loves that softball, basketball. She's quite an athlete herself. You would agree, right?
Oh, I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree with any of your other comments.
I didn't mean it like old in age.
I know what you meant. Cincinnati leads Atlanta 4-0, bottom of the fourth inning.
Thanks for that update.
You're welcome.
Quiggle.
Quiggle, Stembridge, Sandifer. Batters here in this bottom of the first. Harley Ward, her first pitch sails a bit high.
Jordan Hawkins pitched against Oakland. This is a new pitcher that first look at her.
And this sails low as well, 2-0. Harley, Ward. Not many additional changes. 2-0 count, now 3-0.
The only difference is Lanham and Lee switched positions.
The pitch. It's going to be backhanded by Davis at second. That's highway robbery. She dug it out, backhanded. Goodness.
Well, they showed a little defensive magic against Oakland the other night, and this hasn't changed any on that play.
So, Quiggle, robbed. Stembridge comes up with one out. And it's a strike on the outside corner. I haven't quite figured out. It's like strike, I think is what he does there.
One thing about this infield, it's watered down enough that it's going to make true hops, I think, for you for the most part tonight. Infielders love that.
Another strike in there
Slows down the base runners a little bit, too. So defensively, that's what you want.
And if you're a batter, if you can get something into the outfield, you're in much better shape. 0-2. Ooh, change up. That sails high.
That hit her leg a little bit, I think.
It barely got to the plate.
Come on, hit it back to the middle. Let's go.
1 ball, 2 strikes as Stembridge steps in, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, took a big cut at it and came up empty.
Well, she is so fast. If she makes contact, she is a tough out.
Number 2, Samaya Sandifer.
So it is going to be up to Sandifer if Stewarts Creek gets any base runners here this inning. Samaya came in and finished out the last inning or two the other night. Slapper to short, Perry up with it, throws across, and the inning comes to a close. So as she grounds out to short, that ends the first inning. With your score, Stewarts Creek and Wilson Central knotted up at 0-0. No runs, no hits, no one left on. We move along to the second inning on State Farm Prep Sports.
You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets, but it's only one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture so that you can work toward meeting your unique retirement goals. Contact me, Lee Colvin, your Edward Jones financial advisor in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard, or give us a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS and Big G TV. It's brought to you in part by Bowen's Body Shop. From dings and dents to full body work, trust Jeff and Cal Bowen to do the job right. They're located at Middle Tennessee Boulevard, or on Middle Tennessee Boulevard, whichever way you want to say it.
Riley Whiteman, Julia Barnes, Kylie Davis, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Wilson Central are up, and first pitch. And she's hit by the pitch, and that will put Whiteman on. John, I don't think this bunch, I think they're playing well right now, and that is kind of scary. We talked to someone, I think it was Charlotte P., that said that they had a few struggles, and maybe Wilson Central, but they seemed to put it all together the other night, and they've beaten Smyrna in this tournament. Pitch on the outer half is wide. So
timing is everything, that's for sure. I mean, you can get hot.
Yeah.
And if the bats are swinging good, that's what gets hot usually. The defense is usually there, but
they beat Smyrna 9-3 the other day to put Smyrna in the losers bracket, and after winning 11-1 over Lebanon, they fall just earlier today, 4-2 to Cookeville. And their season comes to a close. Another 20-win season for Lonnie Drayton and the Lady Bulldogs. Barnes fouled another one away. I said another one. I guess it's her first one. The count's 1-1. Brawley in the pitcher's circle. Waits for Barnes to step in, and the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. I know what it is. It almost sounds like ball coming out when he says it, but it's an elongated strike. You know how they all have a different, sometimes they're very emphatic and yell it, but got to be careful with this guy. Slap to Sandifer. She's up with it, throws across to Wilson. to retire Barnes, but Whiteman is at second now.
Kylie Davis.
She did exactly what she wanted to do. She slapped it. If she got a hit, great. If not, the runner advances.
Just like the old sacrifice, whatever. Put
She
the
won't
ball
get
in play.
credit for a sacrifice,
Yep.
but that's what it is.
So that brings in Kylie Davis, the Wilson Central second baseman. And the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Boy, big cut. And you're right. I just kind of flashing through some of the memories of that game just last week with Oakland, and they were on every pitch. I mean, it's not like they were waiting to see what you were going to get. They liked it. They would offer at the very first pitch.
They didn't have any walks in that game.
It's true.
Either team.
0-1. She held up that time. And I guess it was a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Brawley on the way. Going to be smacked right side, and that's going to get a run in. An RBI single for Riley Davis, and Wilson Central draws first blood here in this one.
Now batting number 2, Reese Serban.
So the hit batter comes back to haunt Brawley a little bit.
And now Serban, your batter. You know, if I remember right, their bottom of the order did pretty well for them.
Yeah, they did.
So Serban, the center fielder, smack one foul. I know Serban made one of the finer catches we've seen all year, baseball or softball.
3 of them really.
Yeah.
That one was unbelievable. She robbed Ellie Kate Knox. That would have scored probably 2 or 3 runs.
Brawley set for the 1-strike pitch, reaches out after 1, comes up empty. No balls, 2 strikes, only 1 out here, and they already have a run in, so need to limit the damage here. Top of the order coming up. We're in the top of the second inning. If you win, you play for a championship, and somebody has to beat you twice. That's what's on the line here. Now a 2-strike pitch to Serban. Slaps this one just to stay alive down the first base or third base side. Looks like that. Can't tell whether it's misting out there or whether it's kind of a fog. It looks more like a fog right now. But it's just wet. It's a wet feeling if you're out in this tonight. Here's another 0-2. Reached out, poked it left side, and camping under it over there is Pope. She gets it in a hurry, and everybody has to hold up here.
Number 9, Mallory Lee.
One more for the Lady Redhawks. And they'll get out of the inning with minimal damage. There's a leadoff hit batter. Then after 1 out, an RBI single by Davis. She's still at first. Now the fly out to left field takes us back to the top of the order. And Mallory Lee.
Well, let's not forget that at bat there by Julia Barnes, who got her to second.
Shot to the shortstop. Quiggle takes a step, gathers herself, makes the throw across to Wilson. And that will end the second inning for Wilson Central. They got 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, walks. There was 1 hit batter and 1 left stranded. Your scores, we go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Wilson Central over Stewarts Creek early in this one on State Farm Prep Sports.
Game day is coming, and are you ready to represent the Blue Raiders? At Raider Tees, we've got the largest selection of officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear in town. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, even tailgating essentials. You name it, we've got it. No more searching through random stores. Everything you need is right here at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Get game day ready at Raider Tees. Bigger, better, and go blue.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. I've lived and worked as a lawyer in Middle Tennessee for over 30 years, and to me, every single day has been an honor. That's why our firm is so involved with community programs like bicycle helmet giveaways and our Safe Ride Home program. At the Law Offices of John Day, we're not just looking to make donations. We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game tonight is brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Middle Tennessee Electric, Sir Pizza, and Bowen's Body Shop.
Number 11, Jaden.
Well, let's see. Brawley, Pope, and Brawley. This is Jaden Brawley, Lexi Pope, Addison Brawley. They're your 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Stewarts Creek, and they find themselves down here a run. Bottom of the second. And pops this one up left side. And Perry drifts under it to make the grab. That's the first fly ball. A couple of grounders and a strikeout for Stewarts Creek so far. And first pitch, Lexi Pope after it. And it's going to stay fair. It was going to go foul, but touched it over there, and now Pope is going to be on. So that's what the doctor ordered. First hit of the game.
Now batting the right fielder, number 23, Addie Brawley.
And Addison Brawley with a runner on. Takes this pitch low. Harley Ward in the pitcher circle for the Lady Wildcats of Wilson Central. Runner at first in Pope, and the pitch. Outside for a ball. They throw down to first, and Pope slides back in safely. Almost got her caught off over there.
Come on, you got it, A.B. Head on. Spin it up.
So it's a 2-0 count. The pitch, fouled at the plate.
Come on, go.
You can tell that Ward kind of slows up a little bit. A little more meticulous. This pitch going to be slapped down the third base side, but foul. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count to your batter, Addison Brawley. I hear people screaming Addie, so I'm sure she goes by that. Would make sense with the name Addison. Steps back in, and the count 2 balls, 2 strikes to her. Got my red pen ready again after I broke my lead, so I'm ready to mark down more singles and doubles here, Stewarts Creek. The pitch, changeup sails way high. Throw down to first again, but Pope gets back. That's twice in this game. First time you thought maybe it slipped out, but that's twice. That changeup has been really high, and Lanham has to climb the ladder to even get to it. Hard foul down the third base side again. Quite an at-bat here by Addison Brawley. 3 balls, 2 strikes. one out, runner at first. That represents the tying run, the go-ahead run at the plate here in Addison Brawley. Ward looks like that thinking man portrait with her hand up by her cheek there. She gets the pitch, and it's on the way. Another hard foul down the third base side. If I didn't know better, she might be targeting Coach Jennifer Fernandez down there at third, but no. I think Coach Fernandez is saying straighten that out a little bit. We'll be in good shape.
Sean Milton were down there, would be.
Well, he would be an easy target, I would think.
Well, you got it. Let's go. On AB.
He can barely move, can he? I mean, isn't he pretty slow now?
Oh,
Isn't that what you
now.
told me? We make friends everywhere we go.
Well, that's true.
Another payoff pitch. And it's going to be a grounder to short. Perry up with it, throws across, safe, off the bag. Don't know that the throw was that bad, John.
I'll give her a hit.
Now batting the first baseman, number 14.
So first baseman came off the bag. She was trying to make a throw, and she didn't hold her foot long enough.
That's kind of what I was saying. I thought the throw from Perry was good enough to get it there. So now that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position for Elena Wilson, the first baseman. And she takes a strike on the outer half. Right-handed batter. Steps out, takes a few practice swings, looks down at Coach Fernandez, now back in. Elena with an offset open stance here in the box, and the pitch. Hit right side and through. And here comes Pope. She's across for one run, and sliding into third is is Brawley. And we're tied at one apiece now. Back-to-back-to-back hits.
The catcher, number 12, Riley.
Runners at first and third now. A single and an RBI for Wilson. Riley Willis has a chance to give the Creek their first lead. Still only one away.
Come on, Willis. Ground ball right side. Let's go, hitter.
Riley, another righty. The pitch sails high. I'm still perplexed. Your astute look at the Wilson Central uniforms makes me wonder why in the world, because Wilson Central was only the second school built in Wilson County outside of Mount Juliet. Pitch in for a strike. Why would they give the same, two of the three colors the same as the other
Well, I think
school?
they wanted to have that gold accent, I think was the difference. And maybe they chose it. You know,
I guess.
Kind of hard to, I don't know. We didn't get that option in Rutherford County to choose the color.
No. 1-1, runner goes. They're going to throw down to third, and she is back safely, and Wilson took off to second, so she's going to be in at second base. Don't know that that was necessarily a stolen base. It looked like maybe they were, well, I do know Brawley at third sails high for a ball. Brawley at third. It was almost like it was a double steal, but kind of a fake out at third just to get Wilson down to second safely.
With a base open, I don't know what kind of pitch Willis is going to get here.
It's a 3-1 count. A little tapper back to the pitcher circle and dropped by Ward, and another run is in. Stewarts Creek's on top here, 2-0. 2-1 rather. Well, that was unfortunate for Ward. I'm glad Stewarts Creek got the run in, John, but man, that's got to be a hopeless feeling. You know it's hit right back to you in the circle.
He won.
So an error. So no RBI for Willis, but she is on.
That's what I hate about the mask.
Yeah.
The mask had a big play in that. I don't think she really saw it when she was trying to pick it up. And then it dropped. Her mask just dropped on the ground.
I can find my Stewarts Creek roster here. We've got Lily Fox. For some reason I don't have it. We've got a runner there, John. hit too short. They're going to throw to first and get the out there, but that's only the second out, and another runs across. I'm not sure why they didn't try home, but that's okay.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7.
So sacrifice.
Chloe
And that takes us back to the top of the order and Quiggle.
Let's go.
Ball was hit in the infield. They could have gone home, but I guess they wanted to make sure they felt like they had the out at first. This pitch skips in for a ball. A 3 spot here in the bottom of the second.
Come on, Sam, hit it out front.
Here's the 1-0 to Quiggle. Sails a bit high. Scoreless first, then Wilson Central scored a run in the top of the second. And now Stewarts Creek, 3 runs so far. And a duck on the pond down there at second base. The pitch to Quiggle, high and outside. She has struggled with the balls and strikes here. So now she is drawing a straight line with her foot in front of the rubber out there in the pitcher circle. Try to line it up a little better, I guess. The 3-0. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and it is a walk. So the inning continues.
Brian, I do not have that number. I cannot find it.
Yeah, and Coach Fernandez offered me a lineup, and I didn't take it, and I should have. I thought I had a copy. Look back over my text here. Maybe find it here soon enough. Your batter is Jalen Stembridge here with 2 on. Runners at first and second. Hits this one right side. It's going to be over Davis's head at second. That's going to score another run. As coming in was the speedy base runner for Willis there for run number 4.
Now batting the third baseman.
And that was
number 2, Samaya Sandifer.
Samaya Sandifer, the batter.
Oh, Sammy.
Kenzie Johnson found it. So there you go, Kenzie Johnson. Runners now at second and third for Sandifer, the 9th batter of the inning, and it's a ball high. So give Stembridge a single and an RBI. And again, the 9th batter of the inning. There are 2 out, but 2 on here for Stewarts Creek. The 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. Right-handed batter Sandifer.
So it's strike.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
You've got to wait till the end. You can't be premature. 1-1. Right up the middle. Another gut punch. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And it is 6-1. Big hit there by Sandifer. That brings Quiggle in for run number 5 and Stembridge in for run number 6. A single and 2 driven in for Samaya Sandifer. And that is going to bring a pitching change here. So Wilson Central is making the Ideas Tees call to the bullpen. Ideas Tees, the place in Rutherford County for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, specialty items, and your officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider merchandise from Raider Tees. Tees, polos, hats, you name it, they've got it, and they're in their brand new home. They've settled in nicely, got all the kinks worked out, which there weren't many except for John. And it's 111 East MTCS Road, right across from Middle Tennessee Christian School. Can't miss it. Great location, great part of town. Hope you'll get by and support our friends at Ideas Tees. As we take a timeout, Stewarts Creek has exploded for 6 runs here in the bottom of the second. They lead 6-1. State Farm, Prep Sports.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and only $3.99. So what are you waiting for? Try them now.
You heard him. We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stuff for it! Drive like the wind, Debbie. Enjoy delicious new Crazy Puffs on the go for just $3.99. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You'd do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
Your home, your auto. Together, they're where life happens. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. It's smart to protect them together to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-873-1700 and let me help you by combining your home and auto.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
First pitch is into Jaden Brawley, and it is a ball from your new pitcher, Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins hits this one right at the shortstop, Ava Perry, and that's going to end the inning. But Brawley is the one who got all of this second inning started. And here is your inning recap. The Redhawks score 6 runs on 5 hits. There was a walk in the inning, and there was 1 left on base. So, as we move along to the third inning, your new score, Stewarts Creek 6 and Wilson Central 1, State Farm Prep Sports.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game tonight brought to you by Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, located at 805 South Church Street, between the Farm Credit and the Post Office. State Farm Agent Dana Womack, 615-900-0877.
During that between inning here, or between half inning, Stewarts Creek went ahead and made a pitching change as well. So Samaya Sandifer moves in from third to play to pitch here. Brawley goes from the pitcher's circle to first, and Wilson goes across the diamond from first to third now. So those are your defensive changes here, and kind of a new ball game with Stewarts Creek up 6-1.
Samaya Sandifer.
So Sandifer being announced as the new pitcher, and it's going to be Addie Perry leading off here in the third. Ten batters across.
Be nice to get a
second.
Quick 3-up, 3-down inning here.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Keep the momentum going.
That misty rain beginning to fall here again. This pitch nips the outside corner. This is more than a misty rain.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder.
Pretty good little shower. And the 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Boy, what a cut. And Sandifer just blew that by her. Samaya Sandifer. I'm emailing myself this lineup so I can make a copy of it for us. We're hoping this isn't the last time we see this group. High fly ball. Left field. What a grab by Pope. She had to run almost to center field there, and in stride made a one-handed catch. That was pretty amazing.
It was a little bit scary because Stembridge was almost right there, and I was praying they didn't collide, and they didn't. Stembridge kind of let up at the last second.
Some good communication there. So fly out to left field is going to retire Perry, and Sophie Lanham, your batter. This one just a bit outside. Sandifer toes the rubber, the 1-0. That one a bit high too. So the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch, swung on and missed. That one just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. So the count goes to 2-1. 6-1, Stewarts Creek. If you're just joining on 101.9, 100.5, wgnsradio.com. The pitch, foul back. And after being in the hole 2-0, it's a 2-2 count. Getting a little wet there. I figure we might need to pull that table back a little bit here eventually. Maybe we'll do it here real quick. The pitch is in for a strike now. And the
1, 2, 3.
Got it. There we go.
Oh, the Braves announcers don't have to do this.
No, they don't, do they? That was a ball, so it's 3-2. I wondered why we didn't have the strike called there. Pitch, foul back again. Remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yep, pretty good little shower going on here. Another full count pitch coming up here to Sophie Lanham. She has one of the 3 hits, but that was off of Jaden Brawley, who pitched the first 2 innings. And this one sails low, so that is a 1-out walk.
Now batting, number 4, Ava Perry.
That brings up Ava Perry.
Number 7, Emily Martin.
And Martin back running.
Hey, make sure 1 right here.
So these little showers just kind of popped up all of a sudden, and Future Radar was kind of all over that, but it's not going to be much more than a shower and nuisance drizzle. And there's no lightning with these showers, which is the big thing that we got to watch out for. 1 on with 1 out, and the pitch is a strike across there to Ava Perry. They had back-to-back hits, but with 2 out in the first, left those 2 stranded. But it was the hit batter at the start of the second, and then the RBI single on the last hit by Davis that got their 1 run in. Pitch, swung on and missed. Boy, that is a wicked pitch from Sandifer. Smythe in the driver's seat here with Perry. No balls. 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. Sails high. So this will be our last high school offering of the week. Got Middle Tennessee baseball on Friday. Tomorrow's weather looks pretty crummy in the afternoon to early evening in terms of rain and stormage. 1-2, swung on and caught by the catcher Willis for out number 2.
Now batting, number 12, Jordan Atkins.
And the last hope here for Wilson Central in the third is Jordan Atkins. First strikeout for Sandifer. I thought it was the first of the game, but I had forgotten that Ward had a strikeout in that first. This one skips in, gets away from Willis, and that's going to allow Martin to get down to second. This is bringing upon this rain. Light as it may be, is still bringing on a constant change in the softball between pitches. Kind of slows things down a little bit, but you about have to do it. Here's the 1-0. Going to be slap foul down the third base side. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, I think they're talking about some more severe weather tomorrow. Maybe not tornadoes or anything, but
yeah,
some severe thunderstorms.
It's a 1 out of 5 tomorrow. Damaging winds, maybe some small hail. This one sails low for a ball, 2-1. It's kind of a conditional thing. It might happen, it might not, but every forecast and every model is kind of showing some around 4, 5, 6 o'clock into the early evening. 2-1 fouled back.
We don't get any sun and it stays like this tomorrow, or it doesn't rain but cloudy, you might have a better chance of it not happening, but I think there's supposed to be a break there sometime tomorrow morning.
We certainly did not have any break today. We've been socked in the clouds all day today. And
oh, Sammy.
Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 out, and the pitch to Adkins. Swung on, fly ball. Left center field, and another great catch out there by Pope.
Great jump.
Recorded 2 of the outs here, and they have been hard catches on the run. And another nice one there by Pope, flashing the leather. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and 1 left. We move to the bottom of the third, and the Redhawks lead the Wildcats 6-1. State Farm Prep Sports.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs, from individual returns to corporations, and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're here at Rick's Barbecue catching up with Anne-Marie Brents, who tells us not only do they have barbecue, smoked chicken, loaded baked potatoes, but the slaw dogs are out of this world.
I do love the slaw dogs. People are like, is that a big sausage? I'm like, no, it's a deep fried hot dog. And the slaw that we put on them is a spicy mustard slaw. It's actually really good. I like to dip it in white sauce.
Rick's Barbecue has awesome deals to feed the entire family.
We have family packs, and it can feed 4 to 6 people. We have a picnic pack, which is the family pack doubled.
Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Softball.
We're back on 101.9, 100.5 WGNS, wgnsradio.com, and Big G TV. Coverage of State Farm Prep Sports tonight from the district tournament here for Stewarts Creek District 7 4A softball tournament, brought to you by Sir Pizza, Winners Trophies, and First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. As the first offering is up there and low for a ball from Hawkins, Jordan Hawkins. Came in to get the last out of the second inning, and now throwing here to Pope. This one in and over for a strike called. 10 batters in that second for Stewarts Creek. This one fouled down the third base side and out of reach. Pope had one of the 5 hits in the second. She actually got the hit parade started. Had the first of 5 hits. There was an error in there, which was costly. It cost another run for sure. Change up high.
Come on, you got it, Leg. Head on it.
2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Lexi Pope. Pops this one up left side, and it's the third baseman, Adkins, making a great effort at it, and she wound up in the Stewarts Creek dugout. But it was out of play. So yet another 2-2 count to Lexi Pope.
Come on, Lex, you got it, Lex.
It's Pope, then Addison Brawley, Elena Wilson. And we'll see if any more after that. Pope sends this one down the third base side and stabbed by Atkins at third. That was highway robbery. Good defensive play, though.
The right fielder, number
So a line out to third retires Pope. And Addison Brawley, your batter.
She made a kind of play like that last week, too.
Yeah, against
It's
Oakland.
nothing new.
So Addison has the nickname Addie and AB, too, I've just heard. Outer half, and the strike is called by the man in blue. You know, you're really somebody if you have two nicknames. Slow roller to second. Davis up with it and throws over to first.
So that's why you don't have one?
I don't even have a nickname.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Now batting,
Yeah.
the third baseman.
I have things that
Number
people call
14,
me, but I don't think we can say
Elena
those.
Wilson.
Some people call me Dink. I have that sort of.
Oh, there's another one.
For me.
Yeah. When you don't like
John
it,
Boy.
You were called as a kid. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
I
like
hate that one.
Here's Wilson. Takes a strike on the outside corner, and Hawkins kind of settling in now.
What are the odds of me getting electrocuted with the wet equipment? Is it?
Right now, it's 80-20 that you will die.
Okay. Just want to check base there.
But there's a 20% chance.
That I won't?
Yep. This pitch kind of goes behind Wilson. If you touch that blue wire, oh, that's the one you are touching. Might not want to touch that one.
That one?
Yeah. No, that's the only one that doesn't have power going through it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wilson, and another shot to second. Nice diving stop by Davis. Flips it over to Lee at first. And good defensive third inning here for the Wilson Central Lady Wildcats. No runs, no hits, no one left on. We have completed 3. Your score remains Stewarts Creek 6, Wilson Central 1, State Farm Rep Sports.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
In Rutherford County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance. Call me today at 615-890-0850 and let me save you money and time.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game tonight brought to you by the law offices of John Day, Rick's Barbecue, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Number 13.
A drizzle-drenched evening here from Stewarts Creek, nestled just west of Smyrna. Beautiful campus here. The 3 campuses, they've done a really good job of bringing all 3 elementary, middle school, and high school all together here. Really, really a cool look, I think. And Sandifer back out in the circle. It's Riley Whiteman.
Probably everything starts at different times, too.
I would think.
But they've got pretty easy access to get in and out. It's not bad.
Kind of just 2-lane roads, but they must do a heck of a job. This one sails high, and it's 2-0.
Well, you have to follow the markers.
Yes, you do.
Well,
They've got that done well.
Yeah, you can.
They do have, you know, there's a median in between the 2 different directions, so you have to kind of make a little U-turn every now and then. Boy, came up at her with that one, and she offered and comes up empty. Well, that was that riser ball that wound up just below her chin. It certainly looked like a strike coming in. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch from Sandifer on the way. High and outside. Whiteman is the one who got on in the second and wound up scoring their only run so far. She was hit by a pitch. She is 1 ball away here from garnering another on-base shot here. Popped it up right side, and 2 giving chase. Wow, Brawley coming in from first and robbed her in front of the Wilson Central dugout. Oh, these girls are flashing the leather here.
Great catch. She had to worry about the fence, too, and this is a really good catch. She was playing in a little bit. I think that helped her some, but, boy, that was fearless.
Well, the first thing is being able to get there. Like you say, playing in helped. But, I mean, there's a backstop. There's the block wall of the dugout. There's the dugout with the chain link fence. I mean, and she was, of course, watching the ball in the air. Well, 1 out, and Julia Barnes, the batter. And she takes a strike on the outer half, and Sandifer in the driver's seat. Brawley, by the way, we mentioned her. She started the game and pitched 2 innings, gave up only 1 run, 3 hits, no strikeouts, walks, but 1 hit batter. That wound up being the 1 on as the strike is across. That came in on a Davis RBI single. Sandifer came in to start the 3rd, so this is her 2nd inning of work. Has retired the first batter. And now working on a 2-strike count to Barnes. Swing and a miss. That's the 2nd K for her this afternoon. And here is Davis, who has one of the 3 hits off of the Stewarts Creek pitching staff. I guess long hair is in. Everybody seems to have a ponytail.
Oh, it's been in since 2012.
I don't keep up on those trends. Might grow me one, though.
Evidently not.
This pitch hits in front of the batter's box and bounces in for a ball, 1-0. I think I could pull that off, though, don't you?
What's that?
Ponytail.
Oh, yeah.
It'll take me 20 years to get it started. 1-0. And it is a strike called. Willis held it up there for the official umpire. Good help there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Miss Davis. The pitch from Sandifer zips this one in a bit high and outside. I think by the end of the year, Dalton will have a ponytail. He doesn't cut his hair. It's like a mop head. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch. Outside again. I think my kids are letting their hair grow long because they're rebelling against the kind of a shorter hair mandate we had at the Barrett house.
Until what do you mean you shaved their head?
Well, until they could care for it themselves. I didn't shave Bobby's, but it was short. 3-1, hit into left field and pretty well. This is going to go up against the fence. It's going to be a stand-up double for Kylie Davis, who suddenly has a 2-for-2 afternoon going. That was hit very well.
Number 2,
Nothing that Pope could really do about it, but as it got there in a hurry.
Well, get this out and you'll be good to go.
Yep, won't have to worry about that, hopefully.
Like it never happened.
And it's Reese Serban.
I think on a dry night,
that might be out.
That might have been out of here.
Yeah. It was about midway up the fence out there off of the outfield fence in left field. Here's the first pitch to Serban. Just got a piece of it to foul it back.
Serban was batting higher up in the order. I talked to somebody from there and said that she'd been struggling at the plate, so let's kind of hope that continues tonight.
Did she have a hit against Oakland?
I don't think so.
I don't think she did.
She robbed us of about 4 runs.
She sure did. 0-1 to Serban. Hit or fouled it back, and then it's off of the face mask of the official. Pretty good light rain shower continuing to fall here. You have to look up in the lights to see it, but when we had the misty stuff earlier, you could kind of see it was heavy in the lights. But not affecting play at this point. 0-2. One more strike to get. Here's the pitch to Serban. Swing and a miss, and she got it. It's a big runner at second base that Stewarts Creek, or rather Wilson Central, stranded. No runs. There was a hit, that big double by Davis, but she's left out there. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-1, Stewarts Creek leads Wilson Central in this district tournament game on State Farm Prep Sports.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically, because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Andy Womack sponsors our game, located at 1535 West Northfield Boulevard. Give him a call, 890-0850.
It's Brian and John here with you. And the first pitch to Willis. Grounded in the infield, and a throw over to first. And there is one away here in the 4th on 101.9, 100.5 WGNS, wgnsradio.com, and you can listen on Big G TV. We've also got the score bug there, so you can see the current score. Hoping to one day be able to, second batter here in Lily. Fox takes a minute to get there, but Davis underhand flips to first base, and that's 2 pitches and 2 out.
Hawkins has kind of come in here, Brian, and kind of steadied the storm.
Yep.
I just wondered if it's just too late.
Well, you saw Stewarts Creek countered their pitching change with bringing Sandifer in as well, so. Here's the pitch. Another pitch. Quiggle sends this one into right center, and this one is going to get down for a 2-out hit. And she's all the way down to second. So Stewarts Creek did a lot with 2 out earlier. We'll see if they can get something going here. That is the first double of the game for Stewarts Creek. Their 6th hit to match the number of runs. And Jalen Stimbridge, who has a strikeout and an RBI single, 1 for 2, takes a ball outside, 1-0. Maya Sandifer is on deck here, so this is the top of the order for Stewarts Creek. Both Stimbridge and Sandifer with a couple of hits apiece, or a hit apiece. This one outside.
Come on, be on time right here.
Back in is Stembridge. Strikeout, a single, an RBI, and a run scored for her. She scored the last run that they've gotten to this point. The pitch, fouled at the plate. And they're going to retire that softball. Throw a fresh one out there to Hawkins. Hawkins strides back to the pitcher's circle of rubber, and the pitch. Chopper to short, pretty deep in the hole. Perry with the throw across and got her by a half a step. So that will end the fourth inning here. Time for John to take over after this timeout coming up. No runs, one hit, one left for Stewarts Creek. Your score, Stewarts Creek 6, Wilson Central 1. You're listening to State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game on 101.9, 100.5, WGNS and Big G TV, brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, taking pride in getting athletes back in the game. TOA, your sports medicine provider. Live your best life with TOA, online at TOA.com. And here to take over the reins of this State Farm Prep softball game tonight in the District 7A tournament between Stewarts Creek and Wilson Central. Creek up. John, you got the save coming up.
Well, that was a long intro.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was 6-1. Trying to buy you time.
Okay, you're through. Okay.
You want me to stop talking?
Well, just talk all you want to. 6-1 is our score. All the runs have scored in the second inning. 1 for Wilson Central, 6 in the bottom of the second. Due up here is the top of the order, and that's Mallory Lee, the first baseman for the Wildcats, and the first pitch to her is high ball, 1 ball, no strikes. I always look at umbrellas to see if people are.
Yeah.
There's still 1 up.
They're
so
still out.
But most people are roughing it.
It is lighter than it was, though, it looks like to me.
The 1-0, just low. She was up on 1 and down on the other one. 2 balls, no strike. Well, I think 2 balls, no strikes.
That's fooled me a time or two, too.
The wind of the pitch, high. Well, I still think it's 3-0, but we'll go with 2-0, whatever the scoreboard says.
He just put up 3.
I was correct. Let's mark that down.
You
put
always
that down in my resume. 3 balls and no strikes to count. The pitch. And she lost her. Leadoff walk to Mallory Lee. So Wilson Central gets a. And I think they had a little discussion, the coach for Wilson Central, and I think they said, take a few more pitches. You know, remember last year, Samaya did walk several.
Yeah.
In games. So far, so good, though. 6-1, Stewarts Creek, the pitch. Swung on, a high fly ball, deep. Going back. It's up against the wall. Runners are at second and third at least, yes. They didn't send her. Probably a good idea. So it's a double for Addie Perry, and that baby was struck. High, majestic shot. Runners in second and third. Wilson Central in business, and here comes Coach Fernandez, which gives us a chance to talk about our friends over at Ideas Tees, Brian.
Well, they have a brand new location. I mean, it's looking spiffy out there at 111 East MTCS Road. Now, if you're thinking, where is that? You know, where Reeves Saint is, there's the Regions Bank, and right behind that, so you turn like you're going to MTCS. Right behind that, there's a little strip. You'll find our friends at Ideas Tees and Raider Tees there. So we're talking about tees, polos, hats,
and more.
Specialty items, wall art, all kinds of great stuff. So you can get it personalized for yourself, or you can get officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider merchandise at Raider Tees. And we are actually going to have a pitching change as Brawley is going to re-enter, John.
We'll take a timeout and be right back.
For 150 years, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee has been dedicated to the students and families in the communities we serve. Hi, I'm Ryan Savage, Assistant Vice President. We understand the challenges of managing your family's finances. At First National Bank, your family is our family. Visit us at our Gateway or Memorial Boulevard offices here in Murfreesboro and always online at fnbmt.com.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
You can tune in next time for the Countdown to First Pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. And after the game, it's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. 6-1 is our score. We're in the top half of the fifth inning. And Wilson Central have their first two on. They've got second and third, nobody out. And Brawley has come back in. And this is not the first time Coach Fernandez has done this. This is kind of a usual thing. Give them a different look. Sandifer goes back to third. Wilson just trots over to first again.
And that shows a lot of confidence she has in both of these girls to get it done, you know.
And the batter is Sophie Lanham. Singled and walked. There's the pitch. Grounded to short. Going to make the play to first. Ooh. It's high. It's safe, and the run scores. Give her a single. Pushed her off the bat. Well, yeah, let's give her a single. That's going to be a tough play. A run is in. It is now 6-2.
Number 4, Ava Perry.
And Ava Perry, the batter.
Number 7, Emily Martin.
And this is Martin's in to run, and this is really the meat of the order coming up. The cleanup hitter, Perry, singled and struck out. She's 1 for 2. So things are getting a little interesting now. Still nobody out.
That run will go on Sandifer.
Here's the pitch. Throw down. Gets by, but no advancement. Now Perry, Addie Perry, did not go to third on that run because she had to stay at second because the shortstop had the ball, Quiggle. So we have runners at first and second, if you're asking why she didn't advance.
Well, and Lee didn't really take off until after the ball was in the air from the shortstop, Quiggle.
The pitch. Down low. 2 balls, no strikes. Brawley didn't like that call, I don't think. She snaps the ball back.
Now, this is our second time seeing Wilson Central, and they are a feisty bunch. Could never get enough runs on them.
2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Evidently low, and it's 3-0. No, he did call a strike, sorry. 2 balls and a strike. I forgot to listen for the strike. He doesn't do any hand gestures with his much.
It's very, very late. It's after he says it.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, shot to first. Wilson's on it, steps on the bag. Runners will advance to second and third, but they get a big out there.
Now batting number 12, Jordan Atkins.
And here's Jordan Atkins. Runners do move up to second and third. That's Perry at third and Martin at second for Wilson Central. Here's Atkins, grounded to second and hit a pretty good fly ball to left. Nice play out there. The pitch. Strike called, 0-1. So if they can get out of this with even another run scoring, you kind of have to say moral victory.
Yeah, need to get that second out. That first one was big, and good job there by Wilson of not throwing. Could be a double play attempt, but
here's a liner into right field, right center, and the run's going to score. It's a base hit. They're going to send the runner. She is going to be safe. Throw down to second. She is safe. 2 runs are in, and that is exactly what Stewarts Creek didn't want to happen. It's a single and 2 RBIs for Adkins. And now, all of a sudden, it's 6-4. And now the team gets together. They want to meet a little bit. Our game tonight is brought to you by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home, and Middle Tennessee Christian School. There have been 3 hits in the inning. Well hit balls. 3 runs are in, and they've cut this gap to 2. And Adkins is down there at second, I think, on the throw. She came off the bag, but I think she's the second. 1 out. Coach Fernandez now switches back, and here we go. Sandifer is back in. So everybody moves back. Wilson goes to third. Brawley goes back to first.
Well, I tell you what you're going to get on your stats tonight is just going to be a combination pitching staff line.
Oh, just total. Just
I don't know how else to do it. There's been so many changes.
Well, when she went out there for the second time, you knew there was going to be a change again.
Yeah. So 2 of the second and third run belong to Sandifer, so that she's given up 2. And then the 4th run they just got belongs to Brawley, so she's given up 2. I can at least try to keep up with that part.
So Atkins delivers in a big way. And here is Whiteman. Whiteman is 0 for 1.
Need an out.
And the pitch. Strike called.
This is not an elimination game, but it is a huge game because it puts you in the driver's seat to win a district title, so it's big.
Pitch. There's another good one. And she's out in front of Whiteman. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, it looked like Stewarts Creek was going to breeze with a 6-1 lead, but that is not the case as Wilson Central has bounced back with 3 here in the 5th.
We mentioned they were a pesky bunch.
Here's the wind from Sandifer and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two hits for Lanham tonight. 1 hit for Atkins. That was a big one. And 2 hits for Kylie Davis. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. And that's the second out of the inning. That's the 3rd strikeout for Sandifer.
John, the ball got away. They had to throw down to first to get that strikeout, and that did allow Atkins to take 3rd.
But there's, I think I said 3 strikeouts. I may have her with 4.
I think it is. Yes.
So now another meeting. This is with the umpire.
In the hit, number 6.
Pinch hitter.
Addison Norris.
Addison Norris is the batter for Barnes. So her first look at Sandifer, which should give her the edge a little bit. Runner at 3rd. The pitch, high, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, if you can keep her from scoring, that's the goal here. Let's get this out. No ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Sandifer on the mound, the pitch. Low. One ball, make that 2 balls, no strikes. 2 are out, runner at third. It is a base open if need be. Norris steps back in there. And the pitch high, 3-0. Atkins is the runner at third. If she were to reach, Davis would be next, and she's 2 for 2.
Yeah, I'd rather not see her.
On the rubber, Sandifer, the 3-0 pitch into the dirt. It's a walk. That's the second walk of the inning for Sandifer.
In to run, number 1, Julia Barnes. Now batting, number 17, Kylie Davis.
And I think Barnes went back in to run here. Kylie Davis, 2 for 2, a single in the second, a double in the fourth. She was stranded both times, but this time she's got runners in scoring position. Sandifer in some trouble. Here's the pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
Just throw strikes here.
She's a whole different pitcher when she pitches ahead in the count. The 0-1, high. Ball even at the count even at a ball and a strike. Sandifer, her second stint on the mound. The pitch, that sails high, 2 balls and a strike. They go to the 9th, and the Reds lead the Braves 4-3. They came from behind last night, but maybe they can do it again tonight. 2-1 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think I gave the score earlier, and they were down 3-0.
4-0.
Was it 4-0?
Gave the score 4-0,
okay.
yeah. You remember when I almost hit you?
Yeah. I
felt the wind as a fist was going by. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch from Sandifer. Swung on, popped foul down the right field line, but out of play. And we'll do it all over again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson Central, a pretty good hitting bunch.
They had double-digit hits against Oakland last week and scored 7 runs.
They've only struck out, I think, 4 times in this game.
Yep.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 called. Umpire let you know on that one, didn't he?
Yes.
But a good inning for Wilson Central. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk and 2 left, 2 big runners left. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 6-4, Stewarts Creek over Wilson Central.
Are you tired of feeling like just another number with your insurance provider? At Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, Agent Rick Hall prides himself on offering personalized service that puts you first. Every client's needs are unique. From personal home and auto coverage to tailored business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, where you're more than just a policy number. You're a neighbor.
This is Primetime Sports, WGNS Murfreesboro.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. County Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies at 904-6002. That's 904-6002 for the best in quality, service, and pricing. You can also email Kelly, winnerstrophy@comcast.net. That's winnerstrophy@comcast.net. Any award for any occasion. Winners Trophies, 904-6002.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Softball.
Coverage of State Farm Prep Sports on 101.9, 100.5, wgnsradio.com, brought to you in part by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, and Middle Tennessee Christian School. John, let's get some of these runs back.
There you go. 6-4 is our score. Stewarts Creek up. Sandifer grounds one to third. Great pickup by Davis. She is an excellent third baseman, folks. She can make all the plays. And she retires Sandifer 5-3 on the putout and brings up Jaden Brawley.
Number 11, Jaden.
The 3-4-5 hitters coming up here. Brawley, a left-handed hitter. Bottom of the fifth is our score. And Hawkins, that is, who came in relief of Ward, has kept them at 6 for the rest of the game, and that's important because they've come back. Pitches down low, a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Umbrella's still up, but we're nicely taken care of with a tent over our head. Pitch, liner into right, base hit. Brawley was due, and she got a single. She lined out her last time on a great play by the shortstop, so Brawley gets a hit.
Come on, Lex, got to lock in here. Let's go.
Now batting the left fielder, number 13, Lexi Pope.
And here's Lexi Pope. Singled and lined out. She's 1 for 2, lined out to the third baseman on a great play by Davis. The pitch, bunts, and it's foul. 0-1, everybody will come back. Trying to get that insurance run here. We're getting late. It's the bottom of the fifth. Lexi steps back in there. She's a left-handed hitter. Pitch takes it high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson Central battling here to get to play Cookeville. One. Strike called, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That nipped the outside corner on Pope. Lexi, again, 1 for 2 tonight. And she scored a run. Here's the pitch, a fly ball to center, and Serban is under there to make the catch for out number 2. So Sandifer grounded to third, Brawley singled, and Pope flied out, and Brawley, Addie Brawley, the batter, singled and grounded to second.
Come on, AB. Got to hit it out front. Come on.
Here's a pitch, grounded to third. Davis scoops that up, throws it to first in time. Nothing gets by Davis. She's a human vacuum cleaner. No runs. There was 1 hit and 1 left. We've played 5. It's Stewarts Creek 6 and Wilson Central 4.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza. Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our coverage on WGNS 101.9, 100.5, wgnsradio.com, Big G TV. We got you all covered tonight on State Farm Prep Sports, brought to you in part by good neighbor State Farm Agent Ron Reeves, a Rutherford County resident with an office in Brentwood. Ron Reeves, 615-873-1700. All of that to say, he'll meet you locally here, and we'll do you right. John Stewart's Creek, by the way, will be the first high school to graduate next week on the 13th. Yep. So hopefully the baseball team and the softball team will have seniors who have graduated. But that'll be next Tuesday.
Reese Serban leads off the top half of the 6th. And she takes a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Serban has flied out and struck out. She's 0 for 2. Sandifer with the pitch. Outside again, 2 balls, no strikes. Don't want to walk her. She's the number 9 hitter. Serban back in there. Sandifer takes a look at her coaches, and now she's ready. 2-0 pitch. Popped up right at the tent and bounces back. I'm looking at I was trying to help you out, and I put all my run scored in the wrong place. There you go. I'm a big help. You're on your own, pal.
I think the hard part is going to be the back and forth between Brawley and Sandifer.
Here's the pitch. Soft liner to short. Long throw. Quiggle throws it away. Serban's on her way to second. And she slides in easily. I'm not even sure Quiggle gets her even if it's going to be an E6 on the throw. So give Serban a hit and an E6. That's what got her to second. And here's the top of the order. Now it's getting really crunchy.
Yeah, you really wanted to get that first out for sure. And now, you know, with the 9-hole hitter getting on, John, it takes you to the top of the order. And Mallory Lee she led off last inning with a walk. So got the leadoff girl on both times now. And then Perry and Lanham and Perry and Adkins all have hits. So you got to be very, very careful here. And Coach Fernandez comes back out and has some conversation with Brawley and Sandifer.
I'm really not sure what the decision is going to be. I think she's going to keep Sandifer on the pitching rubber, but
it appears so. But maybe she's talking strategy on I'm going to bring you in if and this kind of thing as they continue that talk. Don't forget wgnssports.com. We've got the latest sports news, the tournament brackets. We've got the district brackets up there. And then now the region baseball brackets are there as well. And she has made the change back to Brawley.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout and be right back. 6-4, Stewarts Creek leads.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service. From personal tax preparation to business bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes, at Craig's Tax Service, our staff is here to help.
Get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
As a former Siegel Star football player, I know the importance of the high school sports experience. Good luck to all county student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
And taking a strike is Mallory Lee. 0-1 the count. Brawley is in. Wilson goes back to third, or Sandifer goes back to third. Wilson goes back to first. It's the third time tonight. I would not worry about the pitching stats tonight. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm going to give you the overall picture of how both Sandifer and Brawley managed this game.
I can't wait.
As a team, you know, as a platoon pitching staff.
And there's a strike, 1-2, Brawley ahead of the count. So it's going to be a Brawley for.
Yes.
Okay.
Or a Sandifer Lee.
Sanderly.
Sanderly,
Yes.
okay.
1-2 the count to Lee. Wilson Central trying to claw their way back. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up, left side. And did you see that? I blocked my view.
I couldn't see a thing.
I don't think. Yeah,
it
she
was
caught
out.
it. Nice play.
It was way, way over in foul territory.
I'm not sure the fans even saw it.
No one reacted. I was waiting on the
cheer,
roar, the cheer.
Here's Perry. They about batted around in the last inning, and now they've got runners still at second, one out here in the sixth. Perry flied out twice and doubled. There's a bouncer through the right side, base hit. There's going to be a play at the plate? No, cut off by Brawley. And a runner gets in at second. It's 6-5. Perry delivers a single and an RBI.
It's her second hit of the day.
She is now 2 for 4 on the evening.
Sophie Lanham.
And it's not getting any easier. Sophie Lanham, who has singled twice and walked. She's 2 for 2. Tying run is at second. And what worries me, Stewarts Creek hasn't scored a run since the second.
Yeah, all 6 of their runs came in that one inning. Maybe if I put my red pen down, Chief.
And the wind and the pitch. Strike called 0-1. Well, Coach Fernandez has done all she's done except actually go out there herself.
Well, she's done a lot of that tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
she hasn't played, but she's made several trips out, make changes.
Here's the pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tying run down at second, and let's see, it's Perry running. She's got good speed.
Come on, Wood.
The wind and the pitch. Swung on, chopped it foul down the third base line. She's out in front now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6-5, Stewarts Creek. It was 6-1 going into the fourth. Or going into the fifth anyway.
Yeah, it's.
I've not done a good job of trying to save this game so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Change up, grounded to first. Wilson going to step on the bag. Runner does get to third. Now they're 2 away, however.
Well, that was a big retirement because Lanham, up until that point, had been on in her previous 3 at-bats with 2 singles and a walk. So,
well, you've got your cleanup hitter now, Ava Perry for Wilson Central. She's 1 for 3, a single, stole a base, struck out, and grounded to the first baseman.
Yeah, Wilson and Brawley have been pretty busy over there at first, honestly, tonight, since they've been interchanging. And
she's a tough hitter.
Just thinking about Wilson, John. She's been at first and third and first and third. She's done a lot of the switching around too.
That's not easy either. I mean, the ball comes off differently. I don't think she's gotten a ground ball at third, but Sandiford guarding the line. The pitch. There's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Boy, if looks could kill. Jaden Brawley just gave the umpire a look.
1-0 the count. The pitch. Strike called. Let her high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
She shows her emotion a little more than Sandifer does, I think. Not that one is better or worse than the other, but you can just tell when she's a little frustrated, and she had a little extra zip on that one.
That pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. Perry, then the number 5 hitter, Atkins. Can't get over these Wilson Central girls. They just keep coming at you. 2 balls and a strike. Runner at third, 2 out. The pitch. Swung on, foul ball down the first base line. And the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good thing that it was, John.
Yeah, it could be trouble.
Yeah, Perry was already at the plate.
2-2 the count. Down at third is Addie Perry, and her sister's trying to drive her in. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line foul. Boy, she reached out and grabbed that one. Trying to protect the plate and almost got a double out of it. 2-2.
Yeah, if that stays fair, John, that is a world of trouble because it was past Sandifer.
And Sandifer is really hugging that line. She is right there, almost even with the bag. Brawley steps off the rubber. Now she's ready. And the 2-2 pitch. Low, gets by. Are they going to send her? Yes, they are. She's going to score. We're tied. How unfortunate. A wild pitch. And we're tied at 6. Coach Fernandez may come over here and get me and let you come in back in for play-by-play. That's a terrible way to get us to score a run, but nonetheless, it's 6-6. A 3-2 count to Ava Perry. Be careful with her. Brawley ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded to first. Wilson scooped it, but it's foul.
You know, that thing bounced foul right at that last bounce, and then it went over the line there just right before Wilson made the catch.
3-2 the count.
Boy, Ava Perry has made Brawley work in this at bat.
There's nobody on now. That's the good thing. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped it up, and it's caught, I believe, yes. Wow. Brawley dives, grabs it right before it goes foul. What a play. But Wilson Central ties it on 2 runs. They had 2 hits. There was a wild pitch in there, and nobody left. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. We're all tied up, 6-6, Stewarts Creek and Wilson Central.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
I just really appreciate Danny and his whole team. I always feel like I'm going to get great service and the right outcome.
You just don't find any better people.
He's always been very good.
We've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
Whether you're buying or selling a home or whether you're buying or selling commercial property, the auction is just so much easier, quicker, smoother.
My wife and I sold our personal home. Parks Auctions helped us with that. The house brought about 20% more than we were going to ask for.
Visit our website at parksauction.com to learn more.
Hi there, 12 and a half now, $15.
Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
30, sold it to you.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Don't forget our friends at Sir Pizza. They sponsor our Game and Coaches Show podcast. You can go back and listen to some of the Coaches Shows from this past season if you want, and games are there. We've got a good 10 years plus of games you can find. wgnssports.com or wherever you listen to audio. And don't forget Sir Pizza, East Main, South Church, Memorial Boulevard. My go-to has been the Queen, not the Queen's Feast, the Royal Feast, without the black olives. Anyway, Sir Pizza, just reminiscing. Bringing you State Farm Prep Sports.
You get them with green olives.
Yeah, I do. I get them with the green, not the black olives.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. Boy, we could use a run.
I would take a handful.
Wilson leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch to her. Strike called. 0-1. Well, the momentum has definitely changed. We need to break that.
Since Hawkins has come in, she's only given up 2 hits.
It's Wilson, Willis, and Fox. Yeah, she's been tough.
All of the runs came off of Ward.
The pitch swung on, fouled away. She's not going to like impress you with her speed, but she keeps the ball on the ground for a lot.
She's not a strikeout pitcher either.
No.
She doesn't have a strikeout, as a matter of fact, but line out, ground out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ground outs.
Yeah.
You know, so she keeps it on the ground.
No balls, 2 strikes ahead of the count on Wilson. And the pitch. Low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now I'm going to say this: she's not going to let you beat her on a home run. I say that to maybe that will spur one.
Reverse psychology.
1-2 the count. The pitch swung on, shot to third. Atkins gobbles it up. Good grief.
Golly. You're getting nothing out of the infield on that girl.
I mean, 1, 2, 3. 3 putouts, and they haven't been close. 4 putouts.
Yep.
And here's Willis.
I mean,
Riley has reached on an error and scored a run and grounded to short.
You would think that at some point she might not be in the best position to make a catch like that, but nothing's gotten by her.
Swung on, line ground ball, that is, to first, and an easy play. There by Ward. Oh, that's Lee, excuse me.
Second baseman, number 6, Lily Fox.
And here's the last hope for Stewarts Creek in the 6th. Lily Fox grounded to third, grounded to second. She's 0 for 2.
Really would have kind of hoped that this inning would last longer for the Creek.
There's a bouncer second. Throw to first. 3 up, 3 down. The momentum is definitely in the favor of the Wildcats. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've completed 6. It's now 6-6, Wilson Central and Stewarts Creek.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
If you're a homeowner with a quarter acre or several, Las Casas Feed Supply focuses on premium feeds and dog foods you won't find in the box stores.
Nutrition is our specialty here at Las Casas Feed.
Family owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, inviting you to stop by, visit, and enjoy the country.
Customer service and expertise that exceeds your expectations.
Las Casas Feed is also your place for local milk from the MTSU Dairy on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East in Las Casas.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too, and I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-895-2700.
Each team knows which play will be the winning move. I'm good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about combining your home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-900-0877 to make the winning move that can save you time and money.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
And we have yet another new pitcher out here, John, for the Stewarts Creek Lady Redhawks. So the third pitcher of the game here. I'm trying to see a number so I can let you know who that is.
26.
And that is going to be Cadence Mashburn. So Cadence Mashburn coming in to pitch here in the 7th. Another, just a different look to kind of get them off their game here, I think.
Well, let's see. Brawley is at first, and Sandifer is going to go to third, and I would think Wilson, well, it looks like she's going to be in the outfield. With that 6'5" frame of hers. I'm really confused, but hey, it won't be the first time.
Well, not everybody has taken their places just yet, I don't think, have they?
No, but I believe Wilson's going to right.
Okay.
And that would take Addie Brawley out of the lineup.
Top of the 7th for Wilson Central, number 12, Jordan Atkins.
I'm pretty sure that's Wilson.
Okay. Well, Wilson and Sandifer look a lot alike, and Sandifer's at third.
Yeah.
And Brawley's at first.
Jaden is. Addie is the one I'm.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And so Wilson goes from first to right field.
So Mashburn into the game under pressure situation. 6-6 tie. The pitch. Ball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilson Central fans fired up on every pitch now.
Okay.
This is Atkins batting. Jordan is flied out, grounded to second, and she singled and drove in 2 runs. Mashburn, oh, he called that a strike. It's 0-2. I'm sorry.
Switch it out.
Mashburn wanting a new ball. I'm looking for the umbrella guy. He is not, his umbrella is down now, so I'm assuming no rain. Braves lose, I think, 4-3. You can check that, Brian, but I believe they lost. 0-2 the count. Mashburn with the 0-2 pitch. Change up, foul back.
It is a 4-3 final.
And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Sandiford gives some words of encouragement over there to Mashburn. Just wondering if Mashburn had any idea she was going to be pitching this game tonight.
Got it ready, defense.
No balls, 2 strikes. Tied up 6-6. We're in the top of the 7th. The rind, then the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So Ashburn goes down swinging. First strikeout from Ashburn. And there's 1 out here in the 7th. It brings up Riley Whiteman. Hit by a pitch, popped up, struck out. 0 for 2. She did score a run, hit by a pitch. Pitch is low, ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Whiteman would be followed by Barnes. And I believe that is who's on deck. She was taken out for a pinch hitter earlier, but she's back in the game. 1 ball, no balls, 1 ball, no strike. The pitch swung on, lined into the Wilson Central dugout. And the count even at a ball and a strike. I was asking to myself, Brian, I wonder if Mashburn had any idea she'd be pitching in a 6-6 tie in the 7th inning.
Probably not, wouldn't you think?
I would think not. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the 7th. The pitch, high. 2 balls and a strike.
John, Blackman beat Rockvale tonight 23-0 in softball in 4 innings. So that puts Blackman and Oakland in the championship. Blackman coming out of the loser's bracket. They're going to play game 1 tomorrow, and the if game would be after.
Pitch. Did she go? They asked for help. Yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cadenson's getting a lot of support from the fans out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind and the 2-2 pitch. Change up, foul back. She's got a good change up. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That Oakland Blackman game in District 8 4A will be at 6 o'clock. The if game after, it's being played at Riverdale. And so those will be the 2 teams that will come out. It'll be the winner of this game that's guaranteed a region spot. And it'll either be Stewarts Creek, Wilson Central, Cookeville. 2 of those 3 will face Oakland and Blackman next week.
2-2 pitch, high, it's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Bit of an update on your Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard tonight.
So we've got a 3-2 count to Whiteman. And here's the pitch. Ball at Walker. So first strikeout and the first walk for Mashburn.
Now batting number 1, Julia Barnes.
And here's Julia Barnes. Barnes is 0 for 2. She grounded to third and struck out. Norris hit for her in the 5th, and she walked.
That is the 4th walk of the game by the pitching staff here.
Mashburn is ready. Now the pitch. Strange up in there for a strike, 0-1. Runner at first, 1 out. Top of the 7th, 6-6. Wilson Central climbed out from the deck. They were down 6-1 after 2. Kept clawing their way back. The pitch, bunts it foul. And she's out in front now. No balls, 2 strikes to Barnes. Kylie Davis on deck.
They had a 3-run 5th and a 2-run 6th.
Things have slowed down quite a bit at the pace of this game. 0-2. Mashburn walks off the rubber. And now she's ready, I think. 0-2 to Barnes. The pitch. Fouled it. We're going to do it again. No balls, 2 strikes.
She came running out of the box just to foul it away, just to get a piece of it.
Slow pitch softball, that's an out. Try to bunt. Or you fouled it off on the 2nd strike.
Oh.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I guess that's still a game that's played, isn't it? Obviously, some.
Yeah.
Maybe co-ed
It's
stuff.
Pretty much, yeah, co-ed's pretty popular. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. 2nd strikeout from Ashburn. There's 2 away, and here's Kylie Davis.
Number 17,
Kylie Davis had a good night. She's 2 for 3.
Hey, let's go deep.
She drove in that very first run with her single, and then she was left stranded in the 4th, but really the big innings for them, 5th and 6th, and hopefully it'll be a strong 7th inning for Stewarts Creek.
The pitch. Takes the ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, one thing, if they can hold them here, the pressure will be on Wilson Central from that point.
Yep, and Stewarts Creek has the top of the order due up in the 7th. So you got to hold them here and give yourself a shot.
1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, she was going for broke there. Big cut, missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're working at 9:13 right now. 1-1 the count. Davis steps back in there. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, shot to short. Quiggle runs to the bag, and the inning is over. So Mashburn comes in, gets the job done. And that's their inning. No runs. There was a walk and 1 left. 2 strikeouts in that inning as well. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Stewarts Creek time. We're tied 6-6.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan Franz Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan France Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranceconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have a lot of questions. How do you make your savings last? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Let's work together to help ensure your finances can keep up with your unique needs over the long haul. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056 for an appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game on 101.9, 100.5, WGNS, Big GTV as well, brought to you in part by Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Emerson Williams in Smyrna on Hazelwood Drive at Main Springs Road. Emerson Williams, 459-2683.
Jordan Hawkins on the mound. What a job she's done. The pitch. Strike called 0-1.
It's Quiggle time, John.
No matter what happens, Hawkins has done her job today. Came in relief, trailing 6-1. Hasn't given up a run yet. There's a grounder to second, scooped up, throw to first in time. Another nice play over there by Davis. You hit it to second and third, you're in trouble.
Now batting the center fielder.
John, they only have one fly ball. If it hasn't been a hit, and against Hawkins, Pope hit it into center field, but everything's been shortstop, second, first, third. Just haven't been able to get it out of the infield on this girl.
Here's Stenbridge, 1 for 3, single in the second, and drove in a run. Pitch takes it low, 1 ball, no strikes. Hawkins keeps that ball low, even when she misses.
Yeah, you don't see a ball high from her, do you, much?
That first out was big. The pitch swung on, fly ball, pretty well hit. Going back, and Servin, of course, grabs it.
Of course.
She went a long way for that ball. And there's 2 out. That was a noisy second out.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Samaya Sandiford.
Sandiford, 1 for 3. She singled, drove in 2 in the second. First pitch is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, shot right to the shortstop. She tops it. Goes to first, though, in time.
Golly.
And the inning is over. That was easy peasy for Jordan Hawkins of Wilson Central. We go to extra innings, folks. We're tied 6-6.
Raider Tees isn't just about t-shirts. We've got jackets, scarves, polos, hats, even jewelry and home decor. Everything to show off your Middle Tennessee Blue Raider pride. Whether you're headed to the game or just want to represent the Blue Raiders every day, we've got you covered. Literally. Come check out our exclusive designs and unbeatable selection at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our coverage of the District 8 4A tournament. No, 7 4A tournament. I'll get it right. Here, softball tonight from Stewarts Creek, brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, Parks Auction, Craig's Tax Service, and Dr. Automotive.
Well, Wilson Central They're going to send up Serban, and then the top of the order here in the 8th inning.
Happens every time, John.
What's that?
You make the last out of the inning, and
you come up and
you make a great play in an inning. Wasn't the last play, but man, she is a showstopper. We've seen her 2 games now, and she really gets it done out there in center field.
She can fly. This makes her dangerous.
Leading off the top of the 8th for the Lady Wildcats.
And
number 16.
Mashburn's still in there for her second inning now. Pinch hitter here, I believe. And Mashburn's first pitch. Strike called 0-1.
And I didn't hear, but it is a pinch hitter.
No balls and a strike.
Did you get a copy of that? Okay.
I used their 0-1. Forgive us, Wilson Central. Another strike in there, 0-2. Well, we're going to be embarrassed if she hits a home run and, no balls, 2 strikes.
We'll let Mashburn take care of it right here.
A wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. 3rd strikeout for Mashburn.
Now batting, number 9, Mallory Lee.
Well, if she's the 3rd pitcher used, they're going to be in good shape for a while. I don't think she's as old as the other 2. I don't know that for sure, but I've got a feeling. Mallory Lee, the batter. Grounded to second, grounded to short, walked, scored a run, popped up to 3rd. And the wind in the pitch. Swung on, had a good cut, fouled it back, 0-1. This crowd's hanging in there.
Yeah, there were even a few people who made the trip from Riverdale all the way out here to catch the end of this one.
0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch from Mashburn. Ball.
The crowd that is here is pretty vocal on both sides, honestly. They live and die on every pitch.
1-1 the count. Mallory Lee way up in that box. The pitch. Swung on, popped it foul, out of play.
Well, she took a little something off of that pitch, and she's been a definite good change of pace here. Kind of slowed down the momentum that Wilson Central had.
Well, she's out in front of Lee. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We need to keep her off the bases. We get the meat of the order coming up here. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced right back to the mound. Throw to first in time for out number 2. Mashburn making it look easy. Here's Addie Perry, who's flied out twice, doubled, scored a run, and she's also singled and drove in a run and scored a run. She scored on the wild pitch that tied this game up. What, going back and looking back, what if that doesn't happen?
I know. Well, it's over. But we don't know that Mashburn gets brought in either.
Right.
I mean, a lot of different things happen and were triggered by all of that.
Two out here in the top of the 8th. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. Somewhere over our head.
Yep, right behind us.
I hope nobody tries to throw it back over.
Oh, yeah. You have PTSD from that, don't you?
No balls, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th. In a 6-6 tie. The 0-1 from Mashburn. Change up. Strike called. No, didn't give it.
Sure
I thought he said throw it, but he didn't.
No. He's getting a lot of help, though, isn't he?
He must have said ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the change up.
That's not Mac Hawks behind the plate, is it? No.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Love you, Mac.
That was John who said that.
No, it wasn't. Swing, shot, past Brawley. That ball was well hit. So Wilson Central with a runner on. I'm going to have to give her an error, but it was a tough play.
Now batting number 18, Sophie Lanham.
And here's Lanham. She's had a good night, a walk, 2 singles, popped up to first, or grounded to first. And that's good speed on the bases, too, Addie Perry.
That's what you call a very, very tough error right there, because the ball took just kind of a weird hop on her. She was coming in on it, but it got there so fast. It was kind of a rocket shot.
The pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Well, you want to keep Perry at first. I don't know if Wilson Central will try to make a steal, or I don't know if you can afford to do that this stage of the game in a tie game. No balls and a strike. The pitch. Swung on, foul back. She's in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Lanham, Perry, and Atkins all can hit.
Had to go get a passel of softballs. Well, the ump got enough softballs to use for 2 games, it looks like. His pouches are full.
Be smart right here. Way ahead.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, a runner at first. We want to get her right here.
Boy, the rain's really coming down now.
Mashburn, the pitch, low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good stop there by Willis.
It's raining harder than it has all night.
Yeah, you can actually see it now.
That's sending people running for cover.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
We're going to get some friends, I bet you.
Yeah, we might. Come join us. Come join us. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, that ball low, and then now they're going to take off at second. Throw down, safe. Ball was in the dirt, and Willis didn't have a chance. So now the go-ahead run is at second. And I'm not too sure the rain that has increased is affecting the pitching by Mashburn here a little bit.
You can see her constantly wiping her hand. And the way that ball was thrown is almost like it could have been a little slippery.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner now at second. Lanham steps back in there. The 2-2 pitch. Low. Willis with another good stop. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. She hasn't thrown a strike since that rain came down hard, and that's what worries me.
Yeah. It's still, it was like a brief heavy downpour.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna get her something to help. They've gotten her a towel she can dry her hand off with. That's good. I think that's Sandifer's towel.
Well, that was sweet. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lanham with a big deep breath steps back in there, almost ready to. What day is this? Wednesday? We're almost to Thursday.
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Mashburn with the pitch. Swung on, popped her up. Willis Can't get it. That's the worst one for a catcher.
Yeah.
It's directly over your head, right? You're looking straight up. And the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lanham lives to see another strike or another pitch. Another deep breath. Man, this is critical stuff here. We've got a runner at second. That's Perry. And now she can score on a base hit. 3-2 pitch. High, she walked her. Base was open, that's okay.
Now batting, number 4.
Second walk from Ashburn.
Perry.
And here's Ava Perry. Single, struck out. Grounded to third, and she is 1 for 4.
Emily Martin.
Emily Martin coming in to run, John, for Lanham.
Well, if you're Wilson Central, it's all up to Ava Perry here. Her sister's down at second, and Martin at first.
Hasn't had a hit since the first inning when she faced Brawley. Seems like forever ago.
The wind of the pitch. That gets away. Runners are going to advance, second and third.
Well, John, the 2-out error, which got Addie Perry on, she's gotten to second and now third on a wild pitch.
And the ball's been handed, but I don't know. I can't read Coach Fernandez here. I think she's going to stay in. She's pitching well. It's just circumstances here. Boy, this is, if you're the Wildcats, you got to go, okay, you got runners at second and third, a 1-ball, no strike count to your number 4 hitter. That's you got to be somewhat excited here.
And that may be some of what Coach Fernandez is talking about too, you know. This is a crucial part of this game. You don't want to give up any runs, because then that puts a world of pressure in the bottom of the 8th. And the weather's not cooperating at all with any of this.
So Mashburn in a jam. Second and third, 2 out. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Willis gets another chance. Doesn't make it the catch. She stumbled a little bit too. And kind of threw her helmet in a direction. One ball, 1 strike. So Perry gets new life as well. Almost identical pop-up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough. And you got raindrops falling in your face too.
You're looking up directly into the rain, and that obscures the light a little bit. And
it is coming down now.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. The wind by Mashburn, the pitch. Swung on, foul back. She's out in front now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. They have not had really good at-bats against her. The ground ball to first. And the walk, and that's about it. Cadence Mashburn. It's her second inning of work.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 2 on without a hit here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the rain affects the hitter, too. Let's don't kid ourselves. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, high pop. And we pray for a catch. It's dropped. The run scores. It's 7-6. Both runs score. There were 2 out. They were running. It's 8-6. And that definitely is rain-induced.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Did she touch it? I think she did touch it, didn't she?
Yeah.
84. And it's 8-6 Wilson Central. Now we can only hope that the same thing happens to them. 8-6 our score. Wilson Central plates 2 here in the 8th inning. I knew it was trouble when she popped it up that high. When it that high.
I mean, it was.
I know she feels bad, but you got pouring rain going down as you're looking up at it. The pitch. That one gets away. Hits her. They're going to give her a base. Almost hit her on the bounce.
It did.
Now batting, number 13.
Looked like
Riley Whiteman.
It's kind of falling apart here for Stewarts Creek here in the 8th. And Mashburn has pitched great.
All of this, again.
She could have had, 4 outs, really, in this inning.
All of this still without a hit in the inning. 2 errors, a hit batter, and a walk. And a couple of wild pitches to get them around.
Really, you can count 3 errors, really. But we're only going to count the one, I think.
Yeah. Well, that one was
can't
almost
guarantee a pop up.
Yeah.
Well, let's say there were 2 errors in the inning, yeah. I know they feel bad, but just circumstances. 1-2 pitch, a 1-0 pitch, that is. It's high. 2-0. Again, I say all we can hope for is the same thing happens to them while they're out there. Of course, it'll probably stop raining.
John, not to be the bearer of bad news, but all of this has happened with 2 outs as well.
You just keep on giving good news, doesn't it? Pitch, high, 3-0, and I think Mashman's feeling the effect of it a little bit here. 3 balls, no strikes. It's miserable out there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just miserable. Runners at first and second, the pitch. There's a strike called, 3-1. Taken all the way is Whiteman.
Those 2 runs as well are unearned.
Yes. Mashburn ready. Keep looking up to the rain. It's still coming pretty good. 3-1, line drive, right field. Wilson plays it on the hop. Another run's going to score, and it's 9-6. Whiteman comes through with a single. First hit of the inning. Can you believe it? That hurts. That's 3 runs now. (9-6) Wilson Central. 3 runs here in the 7th in the 8th, and as Brian mentioned, all after 2 out.
And you know, you look ahead and look at what Stewarts Creek has done against Hawkins, John. They had 1 hit in the 4th and 1 in the 5th, and so they only have 2 hits off of her. So it's a tough hill to climb, and still that elusive 3rd out has not happened.
Addison Norris is in for Barnes. She walked the only plate appearance she had. 2 out, the pitch. There's a strike called 0-1. It's not often you get 3 runs on 1 hit.
No.
And the pitch. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9-6 Wilson Central. They've gotten 3 here in the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mashburn with the pitch. Swing and a foul back. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mean, even Willis's hands are wet behind the plate.
And when you're wet and it's 63 degrees,
yeah,
it feels much colder than that.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and foul away. And every bat is like this one, long and tedious.
Yes. This has been one of the longer innings of the season. And there have been several of those.
Well, you know it's raining pretty heavy when the first base coach has a jacket on with the hood. 1-2. Fortunately, the infield is still in very good shape. Mashburn's pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. Third strikeout for Addison, but Wilson Central picks up 3 runs. There was 1 hit, 2 errors, a hit batter, and a walk. Wow. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. We got to go get them, Red Hawks. You're down 9-6.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Our game tonight brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. And it's so wet my finger won't even move it. Okay, there you go. Well, Hawkins could be the winner if she can hold Stewarts Creek. She leads now 9-6. And really wanted to see how the weather affects the Wildcats. The only thing about it is she gets a lot more ground balls. 9-6. 1 run in the 2nd for Wilson Central. 3 runs in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 in the 8th. You know, you had 2 out, Brian. You think, okay, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
And then it just fell apart.
That was a tough inning.
Well, maybe Jaden can get it going. She is 1 for 3, a fly out, a line out, and she has singled her last time up. They haven't had many hits off of Hawkins. Be a good time to get one started here. Hawkins with the pitch. Hitter. That is a good start. So Brawley is on. And that brings up Lexi Pope. She also is 1 for 3. Singled and scored a run in the big 6-run 2nd. Lined out and flied out. Pope's a tough little hitter. Left-handed batter, steps over the plate. That's not what Wilson Central wants. Pitch, bunted. They want to get the out at first, can they? No, it goes into right field. Brawley's going to go all the way to 3rd, going to make it, runs at 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Give her a hit and an error on the pitcher on the throw. So Brawley goes all the way to 3rd. They did keep the runner at 1st in Pope. So Stewarts Creek saying, we're not through yet. And now Wilson Central going to have a discussion. Now, the runner at 3rd, they don't care anything about. What they want to do is get an out, wherever way they can get it. And again, the wetness of that ball affected her throw. She probably would have been better off just not throwing because Pope can run.
Well, that would have been 1st and 2nd instead of 1st and 3rd, but But your brain is trained to, do that. But with the conditions, you're right.
Addie Brawley, the batter. Singled, grounded out to second, grounded to third. The pitch. Bunts it right back to the mound. They're going to go to first to get that first one. They don't care about that run. It's 9-7. So 1-3 on the put out. Give her an RBI. Man, I'm glad I'm not keeping the score for the final tally. Or I hope I'm not. Runner goes to second, however, as well, so that's a good thing. And Elena Wilson, the batter, 1 for 3 tonight. Single in the second and drove in a run. The pitch. Strike called 0-1. This is the important batter here. This is the important batter. If she singles, you got a chance for a good inning. They don't care about the runner at second either, really. They're going to go to first. The pitch. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hawkins also has a towel in her hip pocket as well. I'm thinking it's even hard to get your footing on the rubber.
I would think.
1-1 pitch. High. 2-1. You see her trying to get the dirt out of her cleats, the wet dirt. I bet there's not many times they played in these conditions this year. Maybe cold, but not rain. That hit her. That puts the tying run at first. So Pope is down at second. Wilson make that, yeah, Elena Wilson's at first. Well, it wasn't a base hit, but it keeps the lineup going. Here's Riley Willis. I know she had 2 pop-ups she wished she could have gotten, and she can make up for it right here. 0-1 the count. Willis and then Fox. The pitch. Swing and a miss. She is 0 for 3, by the way. Reached on an error in the second and scored a run. Now anything's game, Brian. I mean, if you get a ground ball, you can't guarantee they're going to make the throw.
Exactly. Right? Or even something in the air. Can't guarantee the catch is going to be made.
0-2 pitch. Swung on. Another ground to the mound. Throw to first. In time. 2 out. But the tying run gets to second. Pope goes to third. Wilson goes to second. So now we need a base hit.
Number 6, Lily Fox.
And Lily Fox, the batter, grounded out to third, grounded to second twice. 0 for 3. Boy, you don't know what's going into the head of these high schoolers coming up, knowing your season's on the line in terms of the win or loss. Pitch is a strike called 0-1.
Well, the good news is no matter what happens in this game, you very well may see this same game played tomorrow night at the same time. Whoever loses is going to have to face Cookeville.
There's a ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
So really, you've got to win 2 games to get to a third game and win if you come out of the loser's bracket if you lose this game. But the winner is sitting in the driver's seat.
1-1 pitch, base hit, center field. Not going to be a play, and we're tied. Lily Fox comes through with a 2-out single. What an unbelievable game. Now you got a chance to win the thing.
Well, takes you back to the top of the order.
Don't you know Lily Fox feels like $1 million?
Yeah.
She's at first, 2 out, and now you're at the top of the order with Quiggle. Lined out, walked, scored a run, and doubled, and grounded to second. The pitch. Ball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, gonna have somebody let the dog out tonight.
looks like. 1-0 pitch. That's high. 2-0. 9-9. Wilson Central got 3 in the top of the 8th, and now Stewarts Creek has matched it here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 count to Quiggle. High again, 3-0. This crowd's going nuts.
So she talks to Coach Fernandez. Do you think Coach Fernandez says, don't swing at this?
I would think. Down 3-0 and everybody gets quiet. 3-0. Strike call, 3-1.
Well, I had to make her throw one there. Now do you take it to a full count?
3-1.
Swung on, base hit. It's going to get by. It's going to roll to the wall. Stewarts Creek's going to win this ball game. Unbelievable comeback. Quiggle comes through. All she needs is a single. That's all I'm giving her, but she hit one that got past the center fielder, Serban. In fact, it just rolled. It hit that wet grass and just rolled. And scoring is Lily Fox all the way from first. Of course, she was going on 2 outs. What a game. Final score, Stewarts Creek 10, Wilson Central 9. I really can't believe that comeback. That was unheard of, really. Congratulations to Coach Fernandez. They live on. They're in the driver's seat, as you might say. Wilson Central will have to play tomorrow. All right, final score, Stewarts Creek 10, Wilson Central 9. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll come back with the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza. It's the world's greatest combination. Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
No.
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Little Caesars Pizza is a proud supporter of all Rutherford County High School athletes. Be sure to visit your Murfreesboro Little Caesars today.
Pizza.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Softball.
Final score tonight, Stewarts Creek wins it 10-9 in 8 innings. This is the Prentice Allsup Heating Air post-game show. Whether it's heating or cooling, Prentice Allsup services all major brands and often provides same-day service. Their team of Rheem Pro professionals is dedicated to keeping your home or business comfortable year-round. Call 615-890-1311 or visit PrenticeAllsup.com to schedule your service today. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, trusted comfort on West College Street. Well, I'm telling you, Dr. Automotive Players of the game, your guess is as good as mine. You got to go with Quiggle. She got the game-winning RBI, but Lily Fox is the one that really had that clutch hit, so I got to go with both of them, I guess.
Well, Lily had, on that hit, she drove in 2, and you got to have that for Quiggle to drive in the game-winning run. You got to tie it before you can win it, and it was do or die, sudden death. You had to win, or you weren't going to. You had to score enough runs to win this ball game. And John, it looked very dreary, down 9-6, going to the bottom of the inning. But man, coming off the deck, that was pretty amazing. So Fox, Quiggle, yes.
Dr. Automotive is your trusted local stop for okay, let me start over. Dr. Automotive is your trusted local shop for top quality auto repair, specializing in both foreign and domestic vehicles. With ASC certified and master mechanics on staff, brothers Danny and Randy Brewer and their team are fully equipped to handle all your vehicle repair and maintenance needs. In fact, they helped you just the other day.
Yeah, just picked her up today.
Visit them on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna or online at autorepairsmyrna.com. Craig's Tax Service keys to the game. I tell you, you could have had about 5. I thought the second inning, 6 runs, I thought were going to be the first one. It didn't happen that way. And then we get behind and we trail and we're down 9-6. So I guess we're going to go with the bottom of the 8th, right?
Well, you got to, John. I mean, the way this game had gone, John, Hawkins had only given up 2 hits, and you get to the 8th inning, and there are 3 hits and a couple of hit batters. She hadn't done that all night. Conditions certainly played a factor in this, but many other teams down extra innings, down by 3 runs. John, you would think they could have folded up tent and said, well, we can play another day, but not this bunch.
You know, when Brawley got hit by the pitch, I think that was huge.
It fired them up.
Yeah, they get that first out of that inning. I don't know that comeback happens, but hitting her and getting that runner on at first, I think it really did fire up Stewarts Creek, and good things happened after that. So an error in that inning as well. So they had a little help and come up with a win. Tax laws can be complex, so it's smart to get expert help with your taxes. Craig's Tax Service specializes in personal and business tax preparation, as well as financial and bookkeeping services. Give them a call today at 615-890-2233 or check out craigstaxservice.com. And if you've missed part of the game, you can head to wgnssports.com and click on the Sir Pizza podcast button to listen, watch, or download. You can also check the archives for past games. And don't forget, you can order your favorite pizza online. Visit sirpizzatn.com for carryout or delivery, and better yet, download their app to start earning reward points. Find Sir Pizza on East Main, South Church Street, and Memorial Boulevard. All right, Brian, take it away with our stats, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
Well, our stats are always unofficial, but these are unofficial. But we're going to give you the best look at it here. First of all, for the Stewarts Creek pitching staff, 3 pitchers tonight. Brawley and Sandifer combined 6 innings, 6 runs, 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. Mashburn in her 2 innings pitched 2 runs, and those 2 runs were unearned, and make that 3 runs, and 1 of the 3 were unearned. Struck out 4, walked 2 batters. And for Wilson Central, Ward went an inning and a third, 6 runs, 6 hits, or 6 runs, 5 hits, a strikeout, a walk. Hawkins came in, really settled the ship down until this 8th inning. In her 7 1/3, 4 runs, 5 hits, no strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Those hits all came, except 2 of them, 6 hits, so 4 of the 6 came in the 8th inning. Now for the Wilson Central Wildcats, 2 for 5 with 3 runs scored and an RBI for Addie Perry, the 2-hole hitter, a double and a single. 2 for 3 for Sophie Lanham, 2 runs scored, 1 driven in, and 2 walks on the night. Riley Whiteman was 1 for 3 and 2 for 4 for Riley Davis. Now for the Lady Redhawks, Chloe Quiggle, 2 for 4 with a walk. She scored 2 runs, including that last big one there, and drove in a run. That was in the 8th inning. 1 for 4 for Stembridge with a run scored and 1 driven in on a single. 1 for 4, a single, and an RBI for Samaya Sandifer. 1 for 3, and Jalen Brawley, she was hit by a pitch as well, wound up scoring a run there in the 8th. That hit by pitch really got things rolling. Lexi Pope was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored tonight. It was Addison Brawley, 1 for 4 with a run scored, and she drove in a run on that ground out to the pitcher as well. And Elena Wilson was 1 for 3, hit by a pitch. She scored 2 runs in the game tonight. Wilson 0 for 4, but she scored a run. She reached on an error, and they batted her around in the 2nd. And Lily Fox, 1 for 4, and that one was huge. She drove in 2 runs in the 8th inning on that 1 hit, and she wound up scoring the 10th run of the game.
And it wasn't an infield single. It was a solid shot.
Sure was. So, fun night at the ballpark. Took a little extra time, little extra innings there, and Stewarts Creek, John, I don't know. Maybe give them a 10% chance. You know, with the rain and everything, and Hawkins have been pitching well and all those things.
Yeah, I did say the same thing could happen to Wilson Central that happened to them. Maybe not quite as much, but it did have an effect on it, the weather conditions. And congratulations to the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. They live again. They keep going.
So they will be in the winner's bracket. They will await the winner of Cookeville and Wilson Central. And whoever comes out of that game will have to beat Stewarts Creek on their home field twice. Good luck.
And I think next week we're planning on Monday and Wednesday, I think, preliminary talks anyway.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, I think, are our only available days. And we're probably going to get some softball Monday and baseball Wednesday.
All right, that's our final score again tonight. Stewarts Creek in 8 win 10-9. For Jackson Smith back at the station, and you get to go home now, Jackson. And Brian Barrett, be sure to stay tuned for Jimmy Kimmel Live. But
on the West Coast.
This is John Dinkins, and until next time, hopefully next week sometime, so long, everybody.
Rutherford County's biggest sports events are on News Radio WGNS, FM 101.9, FM 100.5. AM 1450, streaming at wgnssports.com, on our iPhone and Android apps, and always at the game.